upamana, arthapatti, arsha. Total 6. And now we have only 4 pramanas. We'll finish and then after that go for condensing this or boiling this 10 into 3. And then after that, we are going to establish Shabda Pramana is the highest. Next, Ardhapati is over and Asha is also over. Next, abhava pramana. Abhava pramana we are going to discuss. That's sambhava. And aitihya. Finally, cesta. Okay. Abhava means absence. Ghata abhava. Ghata means part. Absence of part. Okay. In Arsha Pramana, it's not a difficult subject. Is Arsha Pramana means what? Statements of the rishis. I think this is just I began and I didn't finish, I think. So I'll finish that. In Arsha Pramana, maybe we just started that. So I didn't explain, I think. Okay. So in Arsha Pramana, what happens? So Arsha Pramana is like statement of rishis. These rishis are not free from 4 defects, but it is the opinion of a rishi. What is that? Pratyaksham, anuvidya karanam, anumanam, agnyadi tatkaranam. Okay, aptavakyam shabdaha. Upamiti. Next, thing is not here. So, Arsha Pramanam is a statement of a rishi. It may be right and it may not be That means it may correct and it may not be correct. It's also like Shabda Pramanam only, but it is a statement of a Rishi. It is known as Arsha Pramanam, Rishi's statement. That's all. And also we hear uh, no two Rishis have same opinion. Otherwise, he is not a Rishi. That's why. So Rishis means their speculation it is. So their mental speculation, kapola kalpitam. It's not like apaurushaya vakyam. It's their realization, their understanding. So this is the Asha Pramana, the statement given by Rishi is Asha Pramana. Okay. So next, abhava pramanam. Abhava pramanam. Absence. Example, there is a gata, there is a pot, there is a table. Next, abhava pramanam. So, or on the floor, there is a pot. So, how pot is perceived? So, through direct perception, through eyes. When eyes come in contact with this pot, so you will be getting the pot's pratyaksha anubhava. Pratyaksha anubhava gnanam you will be getting. That means this is a pot. This kind of pratyaksha anubhava gnanam you will get. Okay, this is fine. Now, absence of pot. Absence of pot is there. So there is a bhutala, there is a floor, but there is no pot. There is no pot here. Can you perceive this? Absence of pot. This is also padartha. As per Nayayikas and as per the Vedantis also, absence of pot is also one padartha. Absence of pot can be perceived by eye. Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes,
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
yes.
Absence of pot can be perceived by eyes.
No.
If we have
Then
seen before pot, then it may perceive.
you saw before pot. Okay, fine. There are so now in your floor, how many things you are finding then? How many absence of things are finding? Absence of pot can be seen by eye directly.
No. Intelligence.
Yes.
Intelligence.
Huh?
Intelligence required. Intelligence.
So absence of pot cannot be perceived by eye directly. So how you are perceiving absence of what directly, like how you are perceiving a pen, how you are perceiving like a pencil, like that you are also perceiving absence of what? Absence of what is also padartha, you are directly perceiving like that?
No,
No,
Prabhuji. No.
no. Actually, what is happening? You tell, we can see. So actually, what happens there? Anupalabdhi, bhutade ghata anupalabdhya. Huh? abhava grahika anupalabdhi, inexperience, not भूतले घट अनुपलब्ध्या यथा घटाभावो गृह्यते. Since I am not seeing pot there, that's why I am saying there is absence of pot. Absence of pot is not directly perceived, like how you perceive pen. You are not getting experience of pot, that's why you are saying it's a two-step procedure. Absence of pot. So that's why when someone asks you absence of pot, then only you say, yeah, absence of pot. If you perceive absence of all, then what? If you are invited to a room, then what you should say? What are you seeing? If I say, what you should say? I am seeing absence of pot, I am seeing absence of pen, I am seeing absence of table, absence of laptop, absence of computer, absence of how many? Millions you should say then. If they are directly perceived, then if I ask you, then what you should say? You should keep on start listing millions. Maybe in that room only one glass, one small glass is there, that's all. Nothing is there. Then in that, if you are invited to that room, then what you will say? What are you seeing? Will you say that absence of all the list? Whatever things you know? No. Why? Because you are not seeing those directly. If you are seeing absence of things directly, then you will list it out. You will list out all those things. So, but when I ask, are you seeing absence of pot? Then you say, yes, I am seeing absence of pot. Because why you are saying? Because there is no experience of pot. Since you are not seeing pot, then you are saying there is absence of pot. If you see absence of things directly, then you should keep on saying, listing all those things. You understood? Everyone understood this point?
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
So that's why abhava is also an anupalabdhi. Abhava means anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi is pramana for saying ghatabhava. That means not experiencing of that object is pramana to say absence of form. So that's another name of abhava pramana is anupalabdhi pramana. Anupalabdhi pramana. How anupalabdhi became pramana is clear? Who will explain? Simple thing only. Yes, Pankaj.
Someone has to tell us first before. Someone has to tell us before, then we can say, okay, there is absence of the thing.
How it is happening?
Like some person has to tell us there is.
How anupalabdhi became abhava became pramana? Explain. Who will explain? अभी समझ में नहीं है इसके बाद आप लोगों को. How anupalabdhi means not experiencing became pramana. अरे बोलो भाई साहब लोग. Yes, Leela.
Yes, so how it is pramana is that absence of an object
Hmm.
is telling me that there exists an object like that.
रिवर्स बोल रहे रिवर्स बोल रहे अरे अनुपलब्धि प्रमाण कैसे बन गया ये पूछ रहा हूं मैं
उस ऑब्जेक्ट का मतलब दैट ऑब्जेक्ट इज नॉट देयर, दैट इज अनुपलब्धि, राइट? So that is telling me that that object is not there.
वेट अनुपलब्धि अनुपलब्धि
Yes.
अनुपलब्धि that means not experiencing. It is pramana for saying
The object is not there.
absence of object.
Object, yeah.
Actually, absence of object is also padartha, like pen, like pencil, like that. Pen abhava, absence of pen, absence of pen is also one padartha actually. ये भी एक पदार्थ है, लेकिन इसको हम लोग कैसा बोल पा रहे हैं? इसके लिए प्रमाण कौन है? डायरेक्टली इसको देख सकते हैं क्या? एब्सेंस ऑफ पेन को, पेन को तो डायरेक्टली देख सकते हैं, पेंसिल को भी देख सकते हैं, एब्सेंस ऑफ पेन को देख सकते हैं क्या डायरेक्टली? नहीं।
नहीं।
इस पदार्थ को देखने के लिए क्या है? इस पेन को एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर रहे हैं आप, यही इन्हें नॉट एक्सपीरियंसिंग पेन इज प्रमाणा टू से एब्सेंस ऑफ पेन. Since I am not experiencing pen here, that means since I am not perceiving pen here, that's why I am saying there is absence of pen. But absence of pen, since it is a padartha, but it can't be seen directly absence of pen. It is a two-step process. In the case of pen perceiving, you are directly saying, I am seeing pen. This is pen. But in the case of absence of pen, since I am not experiencing pen here, not perceiving pen here, that's why I am saying absence of pen. That's why anupalabdhi is pramana for saying absence of pen. Pen, pencil, absence of pen. So I am saying absence of pen is also one padartha, but it can't be seen directly. Since I am not experiencing pen here, that's why I am saying absence of pen. Okay, it's clear? Okay, I don't give much time actually. Very, very important things are there. Simple thing only. थोड़ा सा सोचिए दिमाग लगा के, इजी से समझ में. इसीलिए घटाभाव, absence of pot, is experienced through anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi means not experiencing. Not experiencing pen is the, or not experiencing pot, or not perceiving the pot is the cause for saying absence of pot. That's why anupalabdhi, that means not perceiving pen and not experiencing pot, is the anupalabdhi is the pramana for saying घटा भाव. Next, sambhava praman. What is sambhava praman? Sahasre satam sambhavet iti buddhau sambhavana sambhava. If you have sates, sahasre satam bhavati. If you have 1,000 rupees note, so if I ask, do you have 100 rupees? You say yes. Why you are saying yes? Because there is possibility of 10 hundreds in 1,000. That's why you are saying 100 is there. If you have 1,000 rupees note, if I ask, hey, my dear friend, do you have 100 rupees? What do you say, yes or no? You say yes or no?
Yes.
Yes only.
Yes.
Na?
Yes.
Why you are saying? Because sahasre shatam bhavati. In 1,000, 10 hundreds are there. That's why you are saying 100. So here sambhava pramana this is. That means many are hundreds are existing in the 1,000. Since sambhava 1,000 हजार में 100 रहते ही, इसीलिए 100 है करके कहेंगे. इधर ये संभावना है ना, संभव होता है ना, इसीलिए आप बोल रहे हैं 100 है. क्या कहते हो? 100 है बोलेंगे. नेक्स्ट ऐतिह्य प्रमाण. In aitihya pramana, what happens? Agnana vaktrukam parampara prasiddham aitihyam. Agnana vaktrukam parampara prasiddham aitihyam. So some unknown speaker has said something. Then that thing carried forward in generation after generation. So in the case of Arsha Pramana, we know who said that statement, which rishis that said that. That is Arsha Pramana. But here, aitihya Pramana, we don't know the speaker who said that statement. But it is coming generations after generation. Example, there is a ghost on this tree. तो 500 साल का, let us assume there is a 500 years back one banyan tree. So someone said on the tree there is a ghost, maybe some 400 years back, experienced. So then generations after generations carried, oh, ghost is there, ghost is there, ghost is there. But nobody knows who started that. So people keep on continuing, oh, that tree, ghost tree, ghost tree, ghost tree. This is aitihya pramanam. Okay. Now, finally, cesta pramanam. Cesta means it's simply symbols we use. So in Satyanarayana Das Babaji, there is a Tattva Sandarbha. In that page number also, 21, you can see all these 10 pramanas in English. It is given in a simpler way. Cesta is a gesture. This pramana comes into play when one learns something from a knowledgeable person's gestures or from symbols. Example, if I show like this symbol is conveying the information. This is a pramana to convey victory. 2 fingers if I show. This is a cesta. But it is carry. This is a pramana for what? This symbol is pramana for victory. Like in the deities, mudras we use. Every mudra is conveying some information. Some message. Okay. Chesta is also pramana. So then these 10 pramanas can be condensed to 3. How that will be seeing. By accepting only 3 of the 10 pramanas, Jiva Goswami doesn't exclude other 7. So he is not excluding 7. Out of now 10 pramanas, he is condensing that into 3 only. How? Pratyaksha, anumana and sabda. These 3 pramanas are Pratyaksha, anumana, and sabda. So what about the remaining 7? Those all falls under this categories only. So let us see. First and foremost, include other 7 pramanas as follows: comparison, presumption, inclusion, and gesture are kinds of anumana pramana. Under anumana pramana, what else comes? That means upamana pramana comes. What else? Comparison, presumption, arthapatti also comes. Arthapatti is also kind of anumana pramana only. And next, inclusion, sambhava, cesta. Next, under pratyaksha, what else comes? So absence is a kind of pratyaksha, abhava pramana or anupalabdhi pramana. Abhava or anupalabdhi, another name. So next, under shabda pramana, authoritative statements and traditions are kind of sabda. So arsha pramana
Aitihya.
and aitihya. They are kind of shabda pramana only. So that's why now you don't need to all the time. So bring all these 10 just now. If we examine which pramana is reliable for us, among these 3 only we should find. No need to go for total 10 because already it's clear. Other pramanas are kind of these 3 only. Other 7 pramanas are kind of these 3 pramanas only. Okay. So that's why दुनिया में जितना भी प्रमाण है वो हम सबको ले लिया और उसको 3 में कंडेंस कर दिया. अभी जाएंगे, अभी असली स्टोरी इधर से शुरू होगा. अभी तक वो ट्रायल चला. तो हम लोगों को एस्टैब्लिश करना है शब्द ही सर्वश्रेष्ठ है, शब्द प्रमाण. सो थोड़ा सा ध्यान से सुनिए आप लोग इधर से. इधर से मैं टेक्स्ट फॉलो करूंगा, तत्व संदर्भ का टेक्स्ट सर्व संवादिनी से. आई फॉलो टेक्स्ट ऑफ सर्व संवादिनी फ्रॉम वेयर you can in Haridas Shastra book you can see from here. First अनुच्छेदास सर्व संवादिनी. यद्यपि प्रत्यक्षानुमान शब्दार्शोपमान अर्थापत्य भाव संभव ऐतिह्य चेष्टाख्यानि 10 प्रमाणानि विदितानि. Even though there are 10 pramanas, we have condensed that into 3. So tathapi, even though there are 10 pramanas which are known to all of us, which are now condensed to 3, tathapi still ब्रह्म प्रमाद विप्रलिप्सा कारणपातव दोषरहित वचनात्मकः शब्दः एव मूल प्रमाणम्. What it means? Even though there are 10 pramanas, which are condensed to 3, still tathapi a verbal testimony which is free from 4 defects is only still a verbal testimony which is free from 4 defects is only the root मूल प्रमाण is a root प्रमाण। भाई ये ऐसा हल्का दिमाग से सुनेंगे तो कुछ भी नहीं आएगा, मैं सच में बोल रहा हूँ। आपको लगता है आया, कुछ भी नहीं आता। हल्का दिमाग से मत सुनिए। हाँ ऐसे समझ में आ रहा है ऐसे मत सोचो, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है करके ही सोचिए अलर्ट होकर, तब तो कुछ समझ में आएगा। सच में बोल रहा हूँ, इधर से आपका मेन टेक्स्ट यही है। इसकी पहले भी इम्पोर्टेंट ही है, एग्जाम में भी इम्पोर्टेंट ही है, लेकिन असली स्टोरी इधर से शुरू हो रहा है। अभी अभी हम एस्टैब्लिश करना है। नाउ वी हैव टू एस्टैब्लिश शब्द एज द ओनली द अथॉरिटिव, सो ऑथेंटिक, सो is the pramana.
Prabhuji, this mool pramana is the means that it is the origin of all the pramanas, right, Prabhuji?
वो एस्टैब्लिश करेंगे अभी, इसका अर्थ क्या है समझ में आएगा।
अभी तक आप जो बता रहे थे मुझे ऐसे ही समझ में आ रहा था, मे बी माई अंडरस्टैंडिंग वुड बी रॉन्ग।
हाँ अभी तो मैं और भी एलाबरेट करूंगा ये सेंटेंस को। A verbal testimony which is free from 4 defects means in Sanskrit what you should say, brahmadi dosha rahitah vachah brahmadi brahma pramada vipralipsa karanapatava dosha rahitah vachah। A verbal which is free from 4 defects. What are the 4 defects? Brahma, pramada, vipralipsa and karanapatava। Try to understand। ये सेंटेंस सिंपल वर्ड्स में बोलना है तो वर्बल टेस्ट मींस ए सेंटेंस व्हिच इज ऑलरेडी सेड ना। शब्द माने क्या है, तो आप्तवाक्य शब्द करके हम पहले ही बोला है, उसको अभी हम एलाबोरेट कर रहे हैं। आप्तवाक्य हमारा अर्थ क्या है, ए सेंटेंस व्हिच इज फ्री फ्रॉम भ्रम, प्रमाद, विप्रलिप्सा एंड कर्णापाठ। So this is that sentence is root actually, root pramana. What is the meaning of root pramanam? Like for the tree, what is roots are the cause for the existence of the tree. Similarly here, so such a sentence which is free from the defects. That's why I say a sentence which is free from the bhrama, pramada, vipralipsa and karanapatava, I also say non-defective shabda. Simply I say non-defective shabda, because बार बार इतना बड़ा वाक्य नहीं बोल सकता मैं. Non-defective शब्द, a non-defective statement. Okay. Silent, correct. This is root actually. We are saying this is root. Even though you have 10 pramanas, but so a sentence which is free from 4 defects is root pramana. ये root pramana क्या है, ये कैसा है, ये अभी हम बोलेंगे. तो चलो आगे क्या बोला जा रहा है. अन्येषाम प्रायः, थोड़ा सा संस्कृत में आपको दिक्कत लगेगी, लेकिन आपको इतना परेशान मत हो जाइए. तो हम अपना फील के लिए पढ़ रहे हैं बस. आपको नहीं समझ में आने से आप कोई चिंता नहीं है, आप चिंतित मत हो जाइए. This line is a very important line. This is Jiva Goswami Sarasambhadi line. Try to understand. Anyesham prayaha purusha brahmani dosha mayataya anyata pratyeti darshanena pramanam va tadabhaso va iti purushaihi nirnetum ashakyatvat. What about others? What about others? What about others? So others, anyesham. Others are, it means other than shabda. Others means these are purushadi dosha mayataya. This is important point. Purushadi, purusha pramadi dosha mayataya. Purusha brahmadi dosha mayataya. These remaining 9 are, these 9 are full of persons, four defects. Person means what? Pramata. Pramatru jivaha. Means what? Pramatru jivaha means, if you remember, so you remember na, this diagram? Yes, this diagram. This jivatma covered by avidya and covered by all these layers is known as jiva. Jivatma is pure only. This jivatma is pure, but here pramata. Pramata means, you all know what is pramana. That is a means to get knowledge. Prama means knowledge. Prameya means object of knowledge. And pramata is
knower.
Knower. That means not just this jivatma, but jivatma covered with all this is known as jiva. And he is pramata, baddha jiva. So he has 4 defects. That's why Purusha is having 4 defects. And that's why these 9 pramanas of Purusha also full of 4 defects. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल 4 डिफेक्ट्स क्या है बोलो, ये भी तो क्लियर किया जाए पहले। ये जो बद्ध जीव हैं उनके पास 4 डिफेक्ट्स रहता है। इसको थोड़ा मैं समझाता हूं, तब आपको थोड़ा इजी रहेगा। पहले ब्रह्म, पहले भ्रम। भ्रम का क्या डेफिनेशन भाई? भ्रम को क्या बोल, भ्रम को कैसा डिफाइन कर सकते हैं? हाउ वी कैन डिफाइन भ्रम? और बालदेव जी हम लोगों को हेल्प कर रहे हैं डिफाइन करके। यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम देयर। ए काम। हाँ, तेष अतस्मिन् तद्बुद्धि। ऑलरेडी आई सेड भ्रम। व्हाट इज दैट? तद अभाववती तत्प्रकारः भ्रमः। उसमें वो गुण नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी उस गुण को आप परसीव करते हैं। एग्जाम्पल, व्हाट इज एग्जाम्पल? इन दैट दैट प्रॉपर्टीज आर नॉट देयर, that property is not there, but you still perceive that. Example, snakeness in rope. Seeing snakeness in rope is Brahma. And sometimes you will be seeing, so maybe it is like evening time or just is a night time. It became night. Far distance you might be seeing a pole, but it appears like some person is standing there. In the pole, in pillar, you are seeing humanness, but humanness is not there. But still you are perceiving. This is known as Brahma. Okay, this is one defect. In every Bhatta Jiva, this will be there. Vaidisha, we said na. Avaidisha means Bhatta Jiva. So, Avaidisha means conditioned Jivas. In all conditioned Jivas, Brahma will be there. Brahma. And what else? Pramada. Pramada. What is Pramada? So, Pramada means अनवधानतान्य चित्तता लक्षण। इनटेंशन, अनवधानता अन्य चित्तता लक्षण। So your chitta is going somewhere else. So there is pen in front of your eyes, but your chitta is not on pen, but it is there somewhere else, music coming from far distance. This is known as inattention. You are not attentive. So then that is leading to committing. So that is inattention. Pramad. Ena antike giyamanam ganam na grushyate. Or otherwise he is watching some picture and little far some music is coming, but he is not hearing that. Or otherwise you are sitting in the class not hearing class, but you are watching maybe something in your mobile. So this is pramada. Chitta is not on that object, not on that object. So that's why that object is not perceived. This is pramada, anavadhanata, anya chittata lakshana. Chitta goes on other things. Yena antike gimanaga. So that means because of this, that Purusha, that person, actually these are all defects are in this Purusha only. And this Purusha is Purusha. Total. So because of this, he is not perceiving, so not capturing the music which is just played beside to him, because his chitta gone somewhere else. It is known as pramada. Inattention. Simply pramada means inattention. Next, vanchanecha. Vipralipsa means what? Is illusion, inattention, and vipralipsa. Pramada means anavadhanata. Vipralipsa means vanchanecha, desire to cheat. So, desire to cheat. Example, teacher want to यथा शिष्ये स्वज्ञाते अपि अर्थः न प्रकाश न प्रकाश्यते. Teacher knows that meaning of that sentence, but still he will not tell to him. That means teacher want to cheat his disciple. Even he knows, but he says that I don't know. Shishye swagnatah api artha na prakashyate. By teacher, even it is known to him, but still he will not reveal to his disciple because he want to cheat. This is vipralipsa. Next, karanapatavam. What is karanapatavam? Karanapatavam means indriya mandyam. Indriya mandyam. Dullness of senses. Our senses are dull. Like example, so object which is far to my eyes, maybe some 500 meters away, I can't see that because my senses are not powerful, actually they are dull, and my eyes cannot see the object beside to this wall because these eyes are dull. There is a dullness, mandyam. So these four defects are there in every Purusha. Okay, this is clear. That means every pramata. Pramata means this jivatma covered with avidya and having false ego, chitta, and intelligence, and so on. So is known as jiva. That's pramata. And that pramata is having knower. Pramata means knower. Knower is having these four defects. So because of that, now come to our point. Because of these 9 pramanas, remaining 9, other than the sabda which is free from bhrama, pramada, vipralipsa and karanapatava. So other than that, the remaining 9 pramanas are full of what? Knowers 4 defects. Pramatas 4 defects. You can write person instead of person, knower. Pramata means knower. Knowers 4 defects. So that's why these 9 pramanas, because of this, they are full of 4 defects. 9 pramanas are full of 4 defects. That's why it is not, it's not possible to, because of these 4 defects, they may act sometime as pramana and sometimes may not. These pramanas act as pramana, or they may act tad abhasa, pramana bhasa. They may act as pramana and may not also act as pramana. That means pramana bhasa means not just abhasa. It looks like pramana, but it's not pramana. That means it is not giving knowledge, right knowledge. अन्यथा प्रतीति दर्शनेन प्रमाणं तद आभासो वा इति पुरुषैः निर्णेतुम् अशक्यत्वात्. सिंपल में बोलना है तो these 9 pramanas, so can't be decided by a person, by people. They can't be decided as now in this instant pramana or not pramana. They cannot be decided by people as whether they are pramana or not. क्या बोला जा रहा है? ये जो 9 है, ये 9 pramanas, ये किससे भरा हुआ है? नोवर का, नोवर्स 4 डिफेक्ट से भरा हुआ है. इसीलिए इन सभी 9 को प्रमाण है या नहीं है करके लोगों से डिसाइड नहीं किया जा सकता है. इसीलिए इसीलिए ये 9 प्रमाणास रूट प्रमाण नहीं बन सकते हैं. केवल रूट प्रमाण कौन बन सकते हैं? ये जो शब्द सेंटेंस हैं जो 4 दोषों से मुक्त है, वही रूट प्रमाण है करके बोला जा सकता है. आप बोल सकते हैं प्रभु जी प्रमाता की 4 डिफेक्ट से क्या ये प्रभावित नहीं होती है क्या? इसको भी हम प्रमाण है या नहीं है करके डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते हैं. इसकी केस में भी ऐसा कोई बोल सकते हैं क्या? कोई आंसर करेंगे तो मैं सच में बहुत खुश हो जाऊंगा यार. अभी जो मैं प्रश्न पूछा, रेज करो हैंड्स, और भी देखते हैं कितना हैंड्स रेज करेगा. और पहले तो मैं क्या पूछे समझूंगी आप लोगों से, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है. माता जी बहुत खा रही हैं. क्या खा रहे हैं माता जी? हमको भी दीजिए, आप अकेला खाते क्यों? टैबलेट है क्या? अच्छा. बरखा माता जी, व्हाट आई आस्क, टेल मी फर्स्ट. जय
हरे कृष्ण
जगन्नाथ.
प्रभु जी।
हम्म.
प्रभु जी एक्चुअली मुझे क्वेश्चन नहीं समझा।
वेरी गुड। मैं तो हाथ क्यों उठाया?
नहीं, मुझे एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन ही नहीं समझा प्रभु जी।
वेरी गुड। दिस इज द सो ठीक है, तो अब दूसरों से पूछ के आपको समझाता हूँ उनकी द्वारा।
ओके प्रभु जी।
आप सुनते रहिए। धनंजय प्रभु
तो ये
बोलिए।
क्वेश्चन इज, जो बाकी 9 pramanas हैं,
हाँ
दे आर अफेक्टेड बाय द 4 defects of the knower,
हाँ, प्रमाता की 4 दोषों से प्रभावित होते हैं।
प्रभावित होती हैं।
इसीलिए क्या होता है, वो
वो
प्रमाण है या नहीं करके
हाँ, ये
डिसाइड करना
डिटरमाइन नहीं कर सकते।
नहीं कर सकते, लोगों के द्वारा डिटरमाइन नहीं किया जा सकता है।
अभी
हाँ
क्वेश्चन ये
लेकिन
है कि ये जो
हाँ
रूट प्रमाणा, जो
हाँ
हम शब्द प्रमाण की बात कर रहे हैं,
हाँ
ये कैसे डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं? ये किस आधार पे कह सकते हैं कि ये वो प्रमाता के 4 डिफेक्ट से
हाँ,
इफेक्ट नहीं होता है?
वेरी गुड वेरी गुड, थैंक यू
ये
प्रभु।
क्वेश्चन है। तो क्वेश्चन तो
सौरभ,
समझ में आया प्रभु जी। आंसर,
ओके, आंसर बोलना है अभी आपको, रुको, आप रुको सौरभ,
Yes, Prabhuji.
बोलो आंसर बोलो।
Prabhuji, answer to this is that since the Shabda Praman is free from 4 defects, it is a Parushaya, so it don't have any
ए,
defect.
अपौरुषे गिपुरुषे मैं बोला क्या?
Sorry.
अपौरुषे कहाँ से लेके आया?
So it is free from all the 4 defects. So it really does not matter if we think it, if I mean, then it is not affected by our 4 doshas, defects, because the praman itself is free from the 4 defects. So even if we have defects, it don't, the praman itself don't. Uh,
9 का क्या समस्या बोलो पहले?
so we 9 have these 4 defects. I mean, not the
9
9 have
फोर
4 defects.
डिफेक्ट्स?
9 don't
हाँ,
have, like we have 4 defects. So
अरे प्रभु, आप स्पष्टवादी से स्पष्ट बोलिए, एकदम शब्दों को खा जाएंगे तो इंफॉर्मेशन मिस हो जाएगा। क्लियरली बोलो, 9
so
के केस में क्या समस्या है बोलो।
they are full of knowers 4 defects.
क्या है उधर? दे आर
Knowers 4 defects.
फुल ऑफ
Knowers जो मतलब
नोवर्स, फुल ऑफ, और एक बार बोलो।
knowers full defects, 4 defects.
ये बात। सो माने वो 9 प्रमाणों से प्रमाता का 4 दोषों से मुक्त कर सकते हैं क्या? हाँ,
Sorry, can you say the question again, Prabhuji?
वो 9 प्रमाणों को प्रमाता की माने नोवर की 4 दोषों से मुक्त कर सकते हैं क्या एब्सोल्युटली?
नो प्रभु जी।
Not
तो प्रभु
possible,
जी
Prabhuji, not possible.
आपने प्रभु जी कल बताया था वैदोष और अवैदोष।
अरे
सो
वैदिश का हटा बाबा, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? तो वो ऑलरेडी मैं पहले ही दिया, अवैदिश करके ही बोल दिया मैंने। वैदिश को क्यों लेके आ रहे हैं इधर?
सो प्रभु जी ओनली इफ समवन इज वैदोष देन उसको फ्री कर सकते हैं।
वैदिश का छोड़ दो, वैदिश का बात ही नहीं है।
ओके,
हाँ अभी बोलो, कर
देन
सकते
नहीं
हैं?
कर सकते प्रभु जी। इफ इट इज अवैदोष देन नहीं कर सकते।
मैंने इसीलिए क्या है, ये 9 प्रमाणास आर फुल ऑफ नोवर्स, नोवर्स प्रमातृजीवस्य दोष चतुष्टयमया। तो जो नोवर है, नोवर का 4 डिफेक्ट से भरा हुआ है ये। इसीलिए ये 9 सो एब्सोल्युटली प्रमाण है करके हम लोग मैंने लोग उसको निर्णय नहीं कर सकते, निश्चित नहीं कर सकते। वो प्रमाण भी हो सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है, वो नहीं। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द के केस में। क्यों? ये पॉइंट लेके आया मैं। बरका माता जी, समझ में आया प्रश्न?
जी प्रभु जी, समझ में आ गया क्वेश्चन।
हाँ वेरी
और
गुड, ठीक ठीक ठीक। अभी लीला महादेव प्रभु बोलिए आंसर।
यस प्रभु, शब्द जैसे शब्द भी अगर जैसे आपता दिस थिंग ना आपता का जो स्टेटमेंट है वो शब्द है राइट अगर वो हाँ
भ्रमादि दोष रहित वचः शब्द, ये ले लीजिए।
हाँ
दूसरा
ओके
इधर उधर मत जाइए।
ओके ओके या फाइन फाइन क्योंकि वो ब्रह्मादि दोष से रहित है तो वो प्रमाण is not prone to fault because that itself is praman because that शब्द बोध में डिफेक्ट्स आ सकते हैं बट प्रमाण में डिफेक्ट नहीं है क्योंकि वो ब्रह्मादि दोष से फ्री है
It's free from what? It's free from
the four defects brahma
it's
vipralipsa
free from, no, it's a loose statement. It's free from
Doshas.
dosha
it's free from
All the
it's
defects.
free from
There's 4 defects.
4. कौन बोला?
That's one
Free from
okay okay knowers four defects okay
It's
knowers
free
four
from
defects
knowers 4 defects.
Knowers
You
four
have to
defects.
mention this.
yeah okay yeah fine
Otherwise gone actually. There is no use of statement. It's
Okay,
free
got
from knowers 4 defects.
got it
That is the crucial point actually how everyone has to catch. But in the case of other 9 pramanas, those 9 pramanas cannot be free from the knowers 4 defects. So that's why, like example, sun rises in the east. This is a statement free from 4 defects or not? Sun rises in the east. This statement. Yeah, it's a defectless statement. So this statement is not dependent on knowers 4 defects. Knower, if he have 4 defects, he may hear this sentence and he may understand something else that don't care for us. That's not going to that's not going to influence the pramanata of that statement. Knower's 4 defects will not affect on the sabda pramana, which is free from 4 defects. Is it clear? Is it clear?
yeah clear
So that's why any statement, if you, that's why assume that there is a statement which is free from 4 defects. We are going to discuss that statements which are free from 4 defects can be what? That we are going to elaborately discuss in coming sections. But now you take, there is a statement, there is a sentence which is free from the 4 defects. Example also I can give, sun rises in the east. So this is statement. How it is free from 4 defects, I am not discussing now. So it is a statement from 4 defects. So now this statement is not dependent on knower. Knower means anyone who is receiving this statement, he is a knower. He is a pramata. He definitely having the 4 defects. That 4 defects will not affect pramanata of that statement. Because that statement is itself is pramana. And nothing with the knowers 4 defects. So knowers 4 defects are not going to influence this pramana, this sabda pramana, this statement. Of course, yeah, Prabhu is saying, Shabda Bodha may wrong. Shabda Bodha is different and Shabda Pramana is different. What is the difference between Shabda Bodha and Shabda Pramana? Deepak, bolo. 3. Roll number 3. बोलो. What is the difference between Shabda Pramana and Shabda Bodha? क्या हुआ? सब स्टक हो गया क्या मेरा? बोलेगा या नहीं बोलेगा? यस सर नो? क्या हुआ यार? मैं नहीं बोलना चाहता. बोलो तो नहीं बोलूंगा करके. नहीं आता है कर. सौरभ.
So Shabda Bodha is how we understand that statement. So that
क्या
understanding.
इसे भाषा में क्या बोलते हैं? हाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड?
So how are we understanding that statement? That can be wrong.
इतना लूज क्यों सेंटेंसेस? बहुत ये लूज सेंटेंस यूज करने से इंफॉर्मेशन डिग्रेड होते जाएगा.
Okay.
शब्द बोध क्या होता है? बोलिए, एक्सप्लेन करिए.
So there is a statement. We hear that statement.
Okay.
And then so it goes to our ear. From there it goes to our mind and then our intelligence. Then that intelligence is going to generate knowledge, so that can be wrong. So that is
how knowledge is generated? बोलो यार, दो
So
sentences
then
बोलने से क्या
it will then
confuse
go to
क्यों?
chitta. It will consult with chitta based on its previous impressions, what are there in chitta, and then it will produce knowledge from that. So
कैसे
that is
produce
how.
कर?
Sorry.
कैसे production हो रहा है knowledge?
So whatever we have heard, so it is going to intelligence. Intelligence is going to then consult those objects with chitta if they are present in chitta, and then it will produce knowledge.
मजा नहीं बोलने में. धनंजय bro, इतना स्टेप्स उड़ा देते हैं आप.
Prabhuji, the statement sun rises in the east, this is Shabda Praman. But when the Jnana Bodha is there, that sun
Shabda
rises
Bodha.
in the east, Shabda Bodha is there. When the
Shabda Bodha.
knowledge is produced, that is Shabda Bodha. So someone
How
may
it
say
is
that,
produced? Shabda Bodha, how it is produced?
so this the intelligence will pull in the impressions, the samskaras, from the chitta
Of what?
of the previous experience, the samskaras which are there in chitta, which is based on purva, uh, uh, which is based on previous impressions, the samskaras which are there in chitta.
किसका impressions?
Kiska impressions?
मैकेनिज्म ठीक से एक्सप्लेन करो यार शब्द बोध का. सुधांशु.
So the statement is that the sun rises in the east,
हाँ.
like this. So when it goes to intelligence,
हाँ.
I will make this part short. Then we take each and every meaning of each word. The
Okay.
sun rises in the
Yes.
every word,
Yes.
and make it in a it's in a unway form, in a meaningful
Yes.
sentence.
Like
So
vibhaktis. That means what is subject, what is verb, what is object, like that will rearrange. Yes.
rearrange. Then what we get meaning, that is sabda bodha.
After rearranging, then finally we get shabda bodha. So बाकी लोग को थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन करो. इतना हम लोग चिल्ला चिल्ला के एक्सप्लेन करते थे, आप लोग क्यों पकड़ के नहीं रखते क्यों? तो इसीलिए इसको शब्द बोध. शब्द प्रत्यक्ष क्या होता है? शब्द बोध क्या होता है? सुधांशु प्रभु बोलिए.
So when we recognize the words, whatever is given, that if I don't have any knowledge of the word, like suppose it is in Telugu, then I will not understand what is the meaning of that. But I have understanding of the word. sun word. So this is sabda pratyaksa.
Sabda pratyaksha means just you recognize that means words are recognized, but meaning still is not derived, fetched from the chitta, and also anvaya of those meanings also is not done. So
Not
just identifying the words. If I speak something in Chinese, you cannot identify the words also, because such a words are not there in your chitta. So that's why those words cannot be identified. Impressions may go, but you will not identify what is what that word also. So identify means a word as it is grasping is not possible. You need to hear 10 to 100 times, then you will be what is the word itself you are able to recognize. Like in Telugu also, if I say Bottalo Gulabi Puvundi, you can't. But if you 10 times, if you hear, then only what is that? Butta. Oh, acha but. But what about Shabdapada? If you know the meaning of Butta, Lo, Gulabi, Puvu, Undi meaning all, if you know, then Shabdapada will happen. Shabda Pratyaksha means identifying the words, like identifying the pen. So when you see the pen image is identified with the existing pen image in Chitta, then you are finally concluding this is pen. Intelligence is concluding. Like that, words also happens. In the case of words also, identification of words will happen. If you don't hear that word before, first time you are hearing the word, you will be puzzled, what is this word? So if you learn by teaching 10 times, then you will identify. Next time if I say, then, oh, Butta means, oh, Butta, yes, Butta. But if I ask meaning, at that time I didn't teach to you meaning, then you will not get any meaning. Oh, Butta, you will say. Okay. So, Shabda Pratyaksha is just cognizing the words, but meanings are not. Then next level, if you know the meanings of that words, then meanings are fetched. Then after doing Anvaya, then Sabda will happen. That's why Sabda Bodha can be dependent on Pramata's 4 defects. And it can be influenced by Pramata's 4 defects. But what about Shabda Pramana? Shabda Pramana is only that sentence that is free from Pramata's 4 defects. तो इसीलिए सेंटेंस, यदि एक ऐसा सेंटेंस में मुझे मिला जो 4 डिफेक्ट से फ्री है, वो सेंटेंस प्रमाता की 4 डिफेक्ट से कोई उसका संबंध नहीं है, लेकिन बाकी 9 प्रमाणों में माने प्रमाता, प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण, अनुमान, उपमान, आर्ष, आइतिह्य, इन सब की केस में तो प्रमाता का इन्फ्लुएंस रहेगा. Okay. So here you can say 9, or otherwise anyway we brought 3 into 3. Then you take 3. Out of these 3, accept that Shabda which is free from 4 defects, remaining 2. Then it will be more precise, it will be more good actually. The remaining 2 can be full of knower's 4 defects, Pramata's 4 defects. So that's why we can't decide. Those are, that means that's pratyaksha and anumana, whether it can be a pramana or not. I will discuss so many examples in coming this in the next in a few minutes. So next point. Okay, it's clear. Any questions?
Prabhuji, may I?
Any questions? Yes, madam.
So, Prabhuji, please correct me if I'm going wrong
You have
anywhere.
question, huh?
Shabda
Just-
Pratyaksha, I'm just trying to understand my understanding correct.
Oh,
hai
no, Mataji, it will take so much time. Everyone is going with it.
1
If you
minute.
have questions, then come, please.
I
You
have
have
one
question?
question.
No questions.
No question, okay, fine.
I have one
So-
question.
Yeah, please.
So we finally came down from 10 to 3. So pratyaksha, anuman, and shabda. But then say that arsha praman is also part of shabda.
That's
Because
why I
we-
said now 3 you take and then. So Arsha, assume that Arsha is free from 4 defects. Okay.
Okay.
Then it is equal to non-defective Shabda. But if we have one more thing, one more important thing. 1 second. One more important thing, please. Be hold on. One more important thing is there. ब्रह्मादित्रयं प्रत्यक्षे तन्मूलके अनुमाने च विप्रलिप्सा तो शब्दे इति बोध्यम्. विश्वनाथ जी क्या बालदेव जी क्या बोलते हैं? What तेषु among these pramanas, so if you condense these 3 into 3, you condense these into 3, total 10 into 3 you condensed, that is Shabda, Pratyaksha, and Anumana. So here, in case of Pratyaksha and Anumana, you will find 3 defects. What is that? Bhrama, pramada, and karanapatava. In case of Sabda, you can find vipralipsa. Vipralipsa is possible in Sabda. Vipralipsa sabde iti bodhyam. In pratyaksha pramana, you can see bhrama, pramada, karanapatava. And pratyaksha pramana is basis for the anumana pramana. Because in anumana pramana, you are getting knowledge, na? So, yatra yatra dhumaha, tatra tatra vahini. Wherever there is a smoke, there is a fire. So, this kind of rule you are making when you observe directly the relationship between smoke and fire. Then only you are able to make this rule. So, but if your pratyaksha is having the wrong error, so this rule is also can be erroneous. And also in pratyaksha pramana, you are seeing in anumana pramana, there is one more point is there. You are watching smoke. You are seeing smoke on the top of the hill. Maybe that is not a smoke. That is maybe fog. Now you assume that is a smoke. Then because of your pratyaksha pramana is wrong, because your eyes are seeing fog as smoke. So because of some defect in the eyes or some inattention, you assume that fog as smoke. Then your anumana pramana is concluding what? There is a fire in that hill, but actually no fire. It is a fog actually. So that means what I want to say, pratyaksha anumana pramana is dependent on pratyaksha pramana. Anumana pramana is dependent on pratyaksha pramana. So if pratyaksha pramana is having the influenced by 4 defects, these 3 defects, anumana pramana also will be having these 3 defects. Vipralipsa you can find in sabda pramana. Example, you have 4 pens in your box. You told to your friend, I have 3 pens in my box. Then the listener getting what knowledge? By hearing that statement, I have 3 pens in my box, he's getting what knowledge? So 3 pens are there in that box. It is right or wrong? It's wrong. Wrong knowledge is getting or not? Actually, there are 4 pens. But speaker want to cheat listener. Then in that case, what happened? So sabda pramana is wrong now. Sabda pramana, because what is the right pramana? What is the right sabda pramana? 4 pens are there in the box. This is the right pramana. So this is speaker, Devadatta. And his listener, Somadatta. Devadatta is saying he has one box. In box there are 4 pens. But Devadatta is want to cheat actually. Vipralipsa is there in Devadatta. Because of this vipralipsa, it is cheating, desire to cheat. Vipralipsa means. He said that 3 pens are there in my box. This is sabda pramana. This is sentence or not? This is sentence. And Somadatta is getting knowledge that there are 3 pens in that box. This is sabda pramana. So sabda pramana is actually what is the right sabda pramana? 4 pens are there in the box. This is the right Shabda Pramana. But because of his vipralipsa, it became like this. So that's a Shabda Pramana can be influenced by Vakta's vipralipsa. But this Shabda Pramana is free from, this Shabda Pramana is free from what? Knower's 4 defects. Shabda Pramana is free from Shabda Pramana is free from knower's 4 defects, but Shabda Pramana is not free from speaker's vipralipsa. But what about Pratyaksha and Anumana? Pratyaksha and Anumana are not free from knower's 4 defects. Pratyaksha and Anumana are not free from knower's 4 defects. This is statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. So now if you take Arsha Pramana and Aitihya, so they may be, because that Vakta, Ajnana Vakta, unknown speaker, he may be having the vipralipsa, then in that case, Aitihya Pramana can be defective. And Arsha, in the case of Rishis, Rishi may be having the vipralipsa. Of course, Rishis, because of his Brahma also, he may produce wrong statement. That is also possible. But vipralipsa is prominent, but remaining also can be possible. So that speaker's 4 defects. So then in that case, Arsha Pramana also can be wrong. But in the case of Pratyaksha and Anumana and other, which are other forms of these 2 only, remaining all. Remaining how many? This 3 are over, 2, that means remaining 5. They are full of knowers, pramatas 4 defects, purushas 4 defects, knowers 4 defects. That's why it's not possible for us whether to decide that are pramana or not. So that's why now what I am saying, my statement, a sentence which is free from 4 defects. That means what? Speakers 4 is not having 4 defects. And such a source we are taking. And from that source, sentence is coming. And this sentence is free from knower's 4 defects. It's not influenced by knower's 4 defects. So such a sentence is root pramana for remaining all. For remaining all. Is it clear? दिमाग घूम रहा है क्या? समझ में आ रहा है?
नो नो प्रभु जी, समझ में आ रहा है.
So,
किस दिमाग में
can
चल
you
रहा है?
can you repeat that last sentence?
I will not repeat. Your students will repeat.
So,
Who is that? Raise the hand and speak, Baba. Otherwise, I can't. That etiquette should be followed. Mataji, I request you also again and again.
नो प्रभु जी, आपने पूछा कि समझ में आया तो मैंने बोला हाँ
Okay,
समझ
that's
में
okay.
आया.
That's okay. That can be done. So, but yeah. कोई प्रश्न पूछना चाहता है, नहीं तो रिपीट करवाना चाहता है, वो लोग तो हैंड राइज करने से अच्छा होता है, नहीं तो अभी कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे. हमको पता भी नहीं चलता कौन बोले हैं, क्योंकि तो सामने नहीं आते हैं. हैंड नहीं रेज करेंगे तो सामने नहीं आएगा वो. मैं केवल 5 लोगों को, 4 लोगों को ही देख पा रहा हूँ इधर, 5 लोगों को ही मेरा स्क्रीन पे. तो आई कांट अंडरस्टैंड ऑल्सो. कहाँ से आया, कौन बोला, समझ में नहीं आता. ठीक है सौरभ, क्या प्रश्न है?
Actually, you mentioned that pratyaksha and anuman, they can have 3 defects.
हाँ.
And then shabda can have 1 defect. But then you mentioned that pratyaksha and anuman are not free from knower's 4 defects. So I'm like confused.
Yes, you should be confused.
That if those 2 praman can have 3 defects, then why are we saying knower's 4 defects? So I'm like confused in this.
Even in the case of, but prominently, Baba. So vipralipsa, generally your eyes are, you will not cheat yourself, na? You are a knower, you have your eyes. So precisely, I am saying pratyaksha and anumana are, this is Baldev's notation actually. Precisely, if you go deeply, if you go and discuss, then knows 3 defects. So vipralipsa means what? Cheating, na? So now your eyes are yours, and cheating is there in your chitta or in your intelligence. Cheating means intelligence. It's wrong intelligence. So that how it can be influencing your direct perception. That is not going to influence, na? So then, if it's full of 4 defects means, precisely if you say, then it's the 3 defects. Okay? Vipralipsa is not a point in pratyaksa pramana.
Okay.
You will not cheat yourself, na Baba?
Right. And in continuation of this, so if we go to the definition of root praman, where we said verbal testimony, which is free from 4 defects. So then we can, with this deeper understanding, we can say verbal testimony, which is free from 1 defect. Because speaker is
1 defect means यानी तब तो सभी गया काम से तो 1 defect क्यों बोलेंगे तो बाकी सब
because
तो
we are saying verbal testimony.
verbal testimony also free from 4 only बोलना चाहिए क्यों आप नहीं समझाएंगे तो वो लोग सोचते बाकी 3 है क्या ऐसे सोचेंगे ना है ना
Okay.
और एक बात है बाबू तो जो स्पीकर है स्पीकर में ब्रह्म हो गया ब्रह्म होने से उन्होंने 4 पेन है बॉक्स में लेकिन ब्रह्म से 3 ही देखा तो वो बोला 3 पेन है तो स्पीकर का ब्रह्म भी इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहा है ना मैं बोला वो उसमें 3 रथ इसमें 4 खास करके लेकिन संभवता तो है ना स्पीकर में ब्रह्म हो गया तो वो बोला ब्रह्म से मैंने बॉक्स में 4 पेन है लेकिन ब्रह्म से 3 ही 3 पेन है बोला तब तो उसकी इनकी ब्रह्म रॉन्ग शब्द को तो उत्पन्न किया या नहीं हाँ
I am more confused now.
अरे स्पीकर का ब्रह्म
Because then because we are like learning this from statements of Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan. So now, as you have read from his tika, that only this shabda has vipralipsa. But then now, as you are explaining, it is logical that it has more. Then why is Baldev Vidyabhushan saying only vipralipsa then?
Vari Babu, that you have to prominently take that vipralipsa. Majorly vipralipsa only. But संभावना ये भी हो सकता है प्रैक्टिकली आपको समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं
Yes,
स्पीकर का ब्रह्म तो रॉन्ग शब्द को प्रमाण उत्पन्न करते ही या नहीं बोलो
Yes, it can.
तो हो गया अब क्या अभी उसमें अभी बलदेव ऐसा बोला तो उसको तो आपको वो पूरा नहीं तो उसको हटाओ उसको कोई बात नहीं अभी लेकिन what I'm explaining is clear or not?
Yes, what you are explaining is clear, but
okay.
I'm now also trying to correlate
that's
that.
why I'm saying prominently. I'm saying prominently. Vanchari ichha is the sabda. In case of generally sabda, teacher want to cheat.
Okay.
Like I assume that you have Veda statement only, which is originally it is complete. Origin is let us assume sabda is completely free from 4 defects like Veda statement. Now the speaker when he is delivering, he can add his vipralipsa, but bhrama and other things cannot. He cannot add.
Okay. Ruchi, now it makes sense. Now because if we are considering Shabda as the statements of scriptures, Vedas.
In that case, I'm saying, but here Sabda means not only scripture statements.
Okay.
In the case of Arsh Pramana, Rishi statement is also Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana means Apta Vakyam.
Now it is much more clear.
Yeah. So, अभी summarize करो तुम बोलो अभी क्या समझे
Okay.
सबको समझा अभी
the question was like say we have pratyaksha praman and anuman praman and you mentioned there are 3 defects which can happen in this pratyaksha and anuman is the basis, pratyaksha is the basis for anuman, so the 3 defects are in pratyaksha, so they also are there in anuman. And for shabda you mentioned like Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan mentioned that it is possible to have vipralipsa in Shabda. But then we
Provided
are
that Shabda is free from four defects originally. So then in that case, vipralipsa can be added.
Yes. So now there are two scenarios here. First is say Arsha Praman and Shabda both are coming under Shabda category when we summarize from 10 to 3. So now if in case of Arsha Praman it is Rishi Vakya. So now it can also have other defects. So Brahma can also be there. So that is why we are saying Shabda should be free from 4 defects, not just one, when we are saying the definition of root praman, that verbal testimony free from 4 defects, because to even rule out that Arsha praman, right? And when we talk about Shabda praman, then we are saying it is a statement of the Vedas, which are anyway free from all the 4 defects. But then now the speaker can have vipralipsa. That is why Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying it can have vipralipsa. So this makes it clear.
So in simple way, we can say, in the case of Sabda, speaker's vipralipsa, that means let us take, so there is a Sabda from 4 defects, but if speaker is having vipralipsa, then in that case, vipralipsa can be added to Sabda. But now, in the case of root pramana, we are assuming that there is a Sabda which is free from the 4 defects. That pramana is the Mula pramana, and that is free from the main important point what you all had to understand. Shabda, which is free from 4 defects, is completely independent from knower's 4 defects. This is the main important point I want you all to grasp. That's all. And pratyaksa and anumana case, they are not free from pramata, knower's 4 defects. Knower's 4 defects. Okay. So that's why it is difficult to decide knower's pratyaksha and anumana pramanas are whether they are pramana or not. It can't be decided by people. Lord can decide whether they are that pramatas, pratyaksha and anumana pramanas are pramana or not. Purushas means another persons who are having the 4 defects, they can't decide. But Ishvara and Parshadas, they can decide that person's pratyaksha pramana is now pramana or not. That's why I'm not ruling out the ability of the Lord. Only by the Baddha Jivas, it's impossible to decide that knower's pratyaksha and anumana pramanas are pramana or not. So it's not possible for Baddha Jivas to decide. But in the case of Sabda Pramana, which is free from 4 defects, is completely independent from, so knower's 4 defects. So that's why Shabda, which is free from 4 defects, that means non-defective Shabda, is Mola Pramanam. Because it is independent from 4 defects of the Pramata. Point number 1. Next. कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं क्या आप लोग? कंफ्यूज मत हो जाओ यार. कंफ्यूजन कहाँ से आता है? ये भी भ्रम है. भ्रम और प्रमाद. Huh. Next point. अतः राज्ञा भृत्यानामिव तेनैव अन्येषां बद्धमूलत्वात्. Non-defective shabda is root pramana. So what is the first reason? A root pramana for others. For others means other pramanas. For other pramanas. What are the reasons for that? Reasons. Number one. Other pramanas are full of four defects of no. So it is difficult to decide whether they are pramana. Pramana means the one which gives right knowledge or not. But NDS is completely free from knowers or defects. Next, reason number two. Like servants are rooted or based on king are dependent. Similarly, other pramanas are rooted in NDS. Actually, this second is like first one only. You can take it as a first one only then, because that's rooted, na? Example we are giving. So next, second point you take here. Next, because here, why you are comparing NDS as a king? Because it is independent. Independent from what? Independent from the four defects of a knower. But these are all dependent on the knower's four defects. So that's why they can't be like king, like NDS. NDS, that's why independent. That's why like king is independent and servants are dependent. Similarly here, non-defective shabda He is independent. On him, these are all dependent. And one more point. Next. यथाशक्ति क्वचिदेव तस्य तैः साच other pramanas means other than non-defective sabda. Other pramanas assist यथाशक्ति क्वचिदेव तस्य तैः assist NDS sometime other pramanas assist NDS. ऐसा लिखो, ये आगे लिखो. नेक्स्ट तीसरा स्वाधीन तानि उपमध्यापि प्रवृत्ति दर्शनात्. Sometimes we see NDS overrule or otherwise you can say NDS can overrule other pramanas. Other means pratyaksa and anumana. Next, स्वाधीनस्य तस्य तनुभव प्रवृत्ति दर्शन तेन प्रतिपादते वस्तुनि तैहि. और 2 मिनट रुकिए आप लोग, टेंशन मत लीजिए, 9 बज गया. तेन प्रतिपादते वस्तुनि तैहि विरोधम अशक्यत्वात्. Other pramanas cannot go against an NDS. विरोध नहीं कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट, तेषां शक्तिभिः स्पृश्ये वस्तुनि तस्यैव तु साधकं तमत्वात्. NDS can give can tell about objects which can't be approached by other pramanas. Other means pratyaksha and anumana. So that's why we are saying, because of these reasons, NDS is root pramana and others are dependent. NDS is root pramana. We'll see the examples. We take various examples to examine these statements. So one by one in next Monday. So after that, syllabus is very easy actually. This is the foundation for your syllabus. So we are going to see pratyaksha. We take sabda, not NDS and pratyaksha. Once again, we compare NDS and anumana. So we establish NDS is independent and it can be root pramana, and NDS is king, Pratyaksha and Anumana are servants. We established that. The main reason is what you learned today. The only important one point, actually, only one point you learned in this whole 2-hour class. NDS is free from Nover's 4 defects, but not Pratyaksha and Anumana. This is the main point. Of course, NDS, when you say it is free from 4 defects. Speaker may have, but it is NDS, we said. So then that's why speaker's vipralipsa is removed out here. Any questions or anything? Otherwise, you can leave. Saurabh.
I have one query from like previous class. So it is about chitta. So in the diagram you mentioned mind, intelligence, and then chitta. So it means here we are saying chitta is different from like mind and intelligence. So what exactly is chitta?
Here means?
I mean, in the diagram, so we said senses, we have senses, then intelligence, then mind. So like there was Jivatma soul, and then we are like there are covering. So false ego was there, and then mind, intelligence, senses. So chitta was shown separately. So it is
Chitta
like
is another padartha. Actually, if you see in 3rd canto Kapila's teachings, he counts all these elements. He counts chitta as differently. Chitta is the one who is Adhisthana Devata. So Adhisthana, Adidaivam is Vasudeva. In Chitta, Vasudeva should be worshipped. That's why Vasudeva is the Adidaivam, and Adhisthana Devata is Vishnu. For the Buddhi, Adhisthana Devata is Brahma. For Ahankara, Adhisthana Devata is Shiva. For mind, Adhisthana Devata is Chandra. They are different padarthas, and different Adhisthana Devatas are there. And Chitta's role is keeps the impressions. So when this karma, along with karma, Jivatma is coming out from Mahavishnu, when it start getting body by Brahmaji, Chitta is given, immediately all this karma is installed there. So Chitta is cause for general awareness, attention. So attention is caused from Chitta. Mind is, what is the role of mind? Mind's role is Ichcha Dvesha, Sukham Dukkham, feeling of Sukham Dukkham, and Ichcha Dvesha means accepting and rejecting, desiring and hating. This is the mind role. What is the role of Buddhi? Nischayatmikata. That means deciding is Buddhi's role. Buddhi's Adhisthana Devata is Brahmaji actually. Since they are different, that's why they are different Adhisthana Devatas. For mind, Adhisthana Devata is Chandra. They are different padarthas. But in terminology, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata, you can see alternative. Not a strict following of that meanings. Whenever usage is there of the chitta, you don't, sometimes you may consider the meaning of mind also there. Not necessarily that I will follow strictly that only, no. Any other questions from others?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Acha, okay, sorry.
Please raise hands. Deepak.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, you said 3 points. Pratyaksha and anumanas are not free from the knower's 4 defects. One. And the second and third point is Shabda pramana is free from knower's 4 defects, but Shabda pramana is not free from a speaker's vipralipsa.
Yes, definitely. But non-defective Shabda is, because since you said non-defective, it is free from speaker also. But so some Shabda is which is actually originally free from 4 defects, but speaker, if he wants to add vipralipsa, he can add. then he can convert it the statement and say. But now, Mola Pramana, who can be the Mola Pramana? Non-defective, that means free from 4 defects. Such a Shabda is Mola Pramana. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
The speaker didn't add any vipralipsa. You assume that.
Okay.
Then only now it's free from 4 defects, you say. But
Yes.
chance is there, but now for sake of discussion, we are taking Shabda is free from 4 defects. Such a Shabda is, assume that such a Shabda is there, and such a Shabda can be Mola Pramana, and Pratyaksha and Anumana cannot be Mola Pramana because they are dependent on, they are full of, Noah's 4 defects.
Okay.
You can't make those as free from 4 defects of Noah. Okay. Now Leela. Madhuri Prabhu.
Prabhu, actually, I was just thinking to make a small flowchart of, that processing of Shabda Bodha. So, in that first, the sound vibration is hitting the Indriya, okay? Sound
Yes,
Indriya.
yes.
Yeah,
Sound.
yes. Then that is when first the chitta's attention has to be there, na?
There. Yeah. Otherwise, sound is coming, but you will be seeing movie something or reel.
Okay. Okay. So chitta's attention, the sound vibration that is hit. Now in the antakarna, all the 3 faculties receive it, right? Buddhi, manaha, and the chitta and buddhi come into play. How it happens here? Chitta has the stored impressions of the meanings and the words and everything, and buddhi has the capacity to take the information from chitta and do the anvaya and get the meaning out of it.
It gets the new thing also, and it fetches from the world, from the chitta, and compare, and then decides. Buddhi.
Okay, so once the sound hits the ear, so buddhi is the only thing that is working with the chitta. There is no manas, role of manas here.
Now, Indriyas are controlled, on top of Indriyas, mind will be there, na?
Okay.
So that's why we kept the Indriyas directly cannot communicate with Buddhi. So Indriyas are capturing, ears are capturing image of that sound. Sound image is captured. So on top of Indriyas, mind will be there always. So mind.
What is mind doing? Mind usually sankalpa, vikalpa.
It's a intermediate passing. That's all. Not doing anything.
Okay.
Because in philosophy, you don't see that directly senses are under intelligence.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that. Because it is like intermediately, this is there, like just is a passing. And also we are not giving any big role to mind also there. Major mind role is liking and disliking. So it is just such a scrutinizedly is not also explained in our polemics of our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Nowhere you can find. But you can roughly draw the sketch based upon Kapila's teachings from 3rd canto, 26th chapter.
Okay. So mind is basically passing it on to the intelligence.
Yes.
Intelligence is fetching the information from chitta based on the past, whatever the past impressions are there. And
that word is already heard by you before, then only you'll recognize this word.
Right. That will be in chitta, and intelligence can, recognize it. Right?
That is known as sabda pratyaksham. That's not sabda bodha.
Shabda pratyaksham is still the stage of word is there in chitta or not?
That's
recognizing.
All. Recognizing the words. Chitta, if they are, then only recognize. Otherwise, new sound comes to you, then fuzzled actually. What is this?
Okay. This is till here Shabda Pratyaksham. Now intelligence will do the anvaya and get the meaning out of it, arrange it properly.
Once
and
again,
get the meaning.
It will dependent on chitta only to fetch the meanings.
Okay.
And after that also, chitta is storing of the language syntax also should know, na? Language style. So in Hindi, subject, verb, object and verb, it goes. And English, subject, object, verb, like that. Anvay. Meanings we should, anvay means identifying who is karta, who is karma, who is kriya, who is sampradana, apadana, instrument, like that.
The syntactical structure of a sentence.
That is needed, na? Otherwise, meaning will not come out.
That buddhi does with the help of chitta, right?
Yeah. Buddhi is only the main role.
Okay. And then the final, whatever the meaning comes, that is the jnanam, right?
Shabda bodha.
Shabda bodha.
Shabda anubhava jnanam.
Shabda anubhava jnanam. Okay. Yeah, fine. I was just thinking because you are emphasizing on this process, very minutely. So I thought if we can make one flow chart, it will be very easy with all the steps, because our tendency usually is, to skip all that, minute details and just to tell the, we are used to like that because of the modern education or whatever you say.
Yeah. Then what will happen? Information will be manipulated. The listener is losing already the details, na? So then he will be further deviating and sakalena mahate ega nashta parantava.
Yeah. Correct. It is very good to have that insight actually. Today's class was very interesting. Yeah, I'll have to again go through it and contemplate on it, to further get good deeper insight. Anyway, thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah. So
like this mechanism of this shabda bodha and shabda pratyaksha. So is it as per that tarka sangraha or is it
No, it's from our 26th chapter of the Kapila's teachings. He explained role of chitta, role of intelligence, role of mind. Then after that you can fill the gaps actually. So, but you can see similarly in Sankhya Tattva Kaumudi also. Sankhya Tattva Kaumudi also explaining about these elements, mind, intelligence, chitta. So almost all the same actually. In Kapila's Sankhya and this Sankhya, functions of these things are same, chitta, mind, intelligence. But what is the philosophical difference? In Kapila's Sankhya, Ishvara is there. But in the Sankhya Tattva Kaumudi Sankhya book, that is the Nirishvara Vadis there. That means there is no Ishvara. That is a philosophical difference is there. But elements, functions are same. That's why six darshanas are useful only. For understanding.
Okay.
भाई समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं आप लोगों को? Lakshman.
This shabda bodha and this thing was not so clear, but
very good. That is success of your life.
No, it was not clear.
Not clear, yes. That's why I'm saying. Any questions? Kashmir.
Yeah, Prabhu. Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Rupamata, yes.
So Prabhuji, this Shabda Bodh, Shabda Pratyaksh and Shabda Praman. So Shabda Pratyaksh mein we recognize the words, the meanings are not arising actually from our chitta. And we can't identify these words like what you said yesterday, Telugu words, right? And because we are not knowing those words as it is, we are not even able to grasp. But 10 times if I am, you're repeating those words, then
samskaras are formed in chitta.
Samskaras are formed in that chitta. But with Shabda Bodha, if we know the meaning, then only we will understand and Shabda Bodha will happen. Like when you said pen, it is an already existing identification of words that is happening in my chitta. Then it can be dependent on even the pramanas or the 4 defects also. Am I right, Prabhuji?
Last sentence, can you repeat?
It can be dependent on the pramatas 4 defects, not pramanas 4 defects.
It means who?
The Shabda Bodha.
शब्द बोधा. नहीं, शब्द प्रमाण से कोई मतलब नहीं. शब्द प्रमाण डिपेंडेंट होती है क्या?
लेकिन शब्द प्रमाण तो फ्री है ना फ्रॉम दिस प्रमाता's four defects. So there is no influence only of this pramata's four defects then the Prabhuji.
That's why
वही है
Sabda
ना
Pramana can be.
शब्द शब्द प्रमाण can be free from four defects also ना.
So that's why it can be.
It can be it is the मूला no you said root
It
है.
can be root pramana of
हाँ
all.
root प्रमाणा.
Very good. अभी आया.
प्रभु जी मैंने ना आपकी पिछली वीडियो आज देख लिया था. तो वो अगर आज आप जो मुझे आज पढ़ाने जो वाले थे ना मुझे पता था कि आज आप ये पढ़ाने वाले हैं. तो मैंने इवनिंग में एक्चुअली ये सुना था.
वेरी
इससे
गुड.
थोड़ा और ज्यादा क्लियर हो गया प्रभु जी.
यस मंत्र जी. थोड़ा सा क्योंकि काफी शब्द संस्कृत का है, नया है, तो थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन रहेगा. लेकिन आप लोग 2 बार 3 बार 4 बार सुनेंगे, लिखेंगे तो तब आएगा, नहीं तो नहीं आएगा.
ये आज की रिकॉर्डिंग भी मिल जाएगी ना तो अगेन आई वुड लाइक टू हियर द रिकॉर्डिंग टू
Yes,
मेक
yes,
इट
yes,
मोर
yes.
फर्म
Because otherwise we discuss so many times Shabda Pramana, this, that, but without any proper clarity, if your pramanas are not clear, epistemology, that means why Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost pramana, if that is not clear from the roots, from the gross level, from the subtly, if it is not clear, your faith is also not strong actually. Defects, your faith on Krishna is also not.
आप बिल्कुल सही
Perfect.
बोल रहे हो. इसलिए अभी भी हमें को फेथ नहीं है ना चैंटिंग में प्रभु जी.
कुछ भी नहीं है
हम
एक्चुअली,
कर
इसीलिए
रहे
मैं
हैं
बोल रहा
लेकिन वो सिर्फ घसीटा राम कर रहे हैं. मीन्स एटलीस्ट मैं अपनी
यस,
बात
यस,
कर
यस,
रही हूँ
यस.
कि एटलीस्ट मैं सिर्फ घसीटा
इसीलिए
राम कर रही
या
हूँ.
शुद्ध भक्ति का अर्हता है श्रद्धा. श्रद्धा मीन्स शास्त्रार्थ विश्वास, शास्त्र के अर्थों पर विश्वास. लेकिन शास्त्र क्यों प्रामाणिक है ये भी नहीं पता है तो शास्त्रार्थ का विश्वास करेंगे क्या?
यस 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 प्रभु जी.
शास्त्र क्यों ऑथेंटिक यही नहीं क्लियरली आप समझा नहीं पाते किसी को, और अपने आप को नहीं समझा पाते तो दुनिया को ये क्या समझाएंगे, और आपका श्रद्धा आएगा कहाँ से?
और आपने जो नोट शेयर किए थे ना हिज ग्रेस बलभद्र कृपा प्रभु से वो भी अगेन आई वेंट थ्रू दोज नोट्स प्रभु जी. तो और भी बहुत सारी क्लैरिटी. हालांकि मुझे पता है कि ये ज्ञान ऐसा है ना कि फुल्ली वो रिवील नहीं करेगा जब तक उसका मन नहीं होगा रिवील होने के लिए.
हाँ,
पर
यस,
फिर
यस,
भी हम प्रयास करेंगे. भगवान से प्रार्थना करते रहेंगे कि प्लीज रिवील टू अस द वर्ड्स फ्रॉम.
because we are eating prasadam, chanting daily, because minimum some clarity of heart is needed to understand this. Otherwise, इतना आसान से नहीं जमेगा वो.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट. या
Yes,
थैंक यू
लीला.
वेरी मच फॉर बीइंग सच अ वंडरफुल टीचर प्रभु जी. बार बार आप
Yes.
एक ही बात है ना वो अगेन एंड अगेन हिट एंड हैमर कर रहे हो हमारे को. थैंक यू सो मच.
Yeah, no, one small thing, Prabhu. You have eliminated all the 9 and directly you told ki non-defective shabda. And you explained how it is mula and all. That is clear. तो बट इसको अब आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करेंगे नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द को कि एज एग्जिस्ट करता है भी कि नहीं, कौन सा नॉन
नॉन डिफेक्टिव
डिफेक्टिव
शब्द कौन हो सकता है वो मैं बोलूंगा बाद में.
ओके ओके ओके.
वो तो असली गेम उधर है. लेकिन नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द है अज्यूम करिए, और ऐसा नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द मूल होता है और बाकी सभी उनका चेला होता है, बस सर्वेंट्स होता है.
ओके. यही चीज हम वैदुषी प्रत्यक्ष के लिए क्यों नहीं कह सकते?
वैदिशी प्रत्यक्ष हमारे लिए जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि वैदिश कौन है जानने के लिए भी शब्द चाहिए, नहीं तो वैदिश कौन है पता चलेगा कैसा.
ओके 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 ओके.
दैट्स नॉट ए जनरल केस वैदिशा.
Okay, okay. That's why only non-defective shabda is the
Even
proper.
Vaidisha Pratyaksha also dependent on Shabda only. Someone should say he is a Vaidisha.
Okay, 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 okay. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay.
But very interesting, actually. As you said, it helps in increasing our faith, actually, in Shastra.
That is the
What is
main goal,
Shastra?
Prabhu. If you see in my book also, why we teach these things only to develop Shraddha and Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, if you superficially if you study of these pramanas, so then your Shraddha is also superficial. Because someone asks some strong question in life also anytime. Maybe after your 60, 70 years of age, you may get doubt. Why this? Then you will thinking on that. एक झटका में पूरा उड़ जाएगा actually.
राइट 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 राइट, ये बहुत अच्छा चीज है, मतलब बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, deep and to go deeper in
Yes,
in
yes,
the
yes.
faith, yeah, accepting shastra, yeah.
Yes,
Prabhuji,
yes.
you mentioned about this Arsha Pramanam. This is the statement of the Devtas and Rishis and
Rishis,
all that.
Rishis. Yeah, yeah.
But then, how will I be able to connect that? जब
And
Vyas
Arsha
Dev,
Pramanam also is a kind of Shabda only. But in Arsha Pramanam case, that Arsha Pramana, Arsha means Rishi. Rishi may be having vipralipsa or bhrama. So that's why it can be defective Shabda. But now we are not considering that as Moola Pramana.
हाँ,
So Moola Pramana, we are considering only one. Let us assume some sentence which is free from 4 defects. That is Moola Pramana.
पर जैसे
We are not
व्यास
saying
देव जी
Arsha
को
Pramana is Moola Pramana. We are
व्यास
saying,
देव ने जी जब लिखा था, तो वो तो उनका तो फ्री फ्रॉम फोर डिफेक्ट्स है ना, जब वो कहते हैं कि भक्ति योगे न मनसा, सो ही हैड अ प्योरिफाई हार्ट एंड he did some meditation and he went into that samadhi. Then he saw the Supreme Lord as what Purusham Purnam cha Maya
yeah,
Sahitam.
Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranhite Male Amale Apashat Purusham Purnam Mayam Chatadabhashrayam.
So then he's seeing over there Purusha also and Maya also. He's seeing the Supreme Lord also and Maya also. And then that Maya is actually bewildering Apna Jivatma. And that is why, uh, what he's seeing is, uh, he's seeing Pratyaksha actually. He's seeing the Supreme Lord in
Apashat Purusham Purna. Apashat means
Pratyaksha,
indirectly
yes,
seeing.
yes. He's
Anyway,
seeing
that is
the
different, Mataji.
Supreme
Now,
Lord. But
so,
isn't he seeing the Lord in his Samadhi, Prabhuji?
he's seeing Samadhi. Yes, Lord, he's seeing directly. Because he is a Vidusha. He is a
Oh,
Vaidusha. His Pratyaksha is free from 4 defects. And
okay.
also, whatever Leelas he is seeing, those are all eternally existing.
Ah,
So that is nothing but Veda only. So he is not manufacturing anything. He is seeing
he's
Veda
not
and Veda
manufacturing.
Leela. Leelas in Vedas he is seeing in directly and writing that. He is not manufacturing anything there.
Because when we are hearing about Krishna Shabda, है ना,
Hmm.
and when I'm hearing, I'm chanting also and all, this name is entering my heart, and in the form of even the Shabda, like Krishna name is list. So फिर भी my heart is not seeing Krishna. शब्द जो है, शब्द के माध्यम से मैं भगवान को देख ही नहीं पा रही हूँ मैं
वो
अभी
अलग है
रोज.
Mataji.
हाँ,
I will discuss later that. That's
ओके.
another point. Yeah, Saurabh.
अच्छा सर,
Guruji, I have one query. So
Yeah.
basically, we are now in this subject, we are discussing about epistemology,
Yes.
which is like validity of means of knowledge, so validity of praman.
Yes.
So because we want to study Srimad Bhagavatam, and that is our
We want to establish. We don't want to study. We want to establish in our paper. We want to establish Srimad Bhagavatam is the valid praman, highest pramana.
yes, I mean in the MA we want to study Srimad Bhagavatam.
In
So
MA,
before
okay.
that, we are first of all establishing the validity of this means of knowledge.
Yes.
So Prabhuji, now see now during this like our discussion, so now we are saying okay, there are these 10 praman. So we can also then ask the same way, okay, what is the epistemology of say Tarka Sangra or Tattva Sandarbha? So because now we are getting our knowledge from this. So these are now means of knowledge. So now what is the value? I mean, someone can inquire, so how can we then, because it is like now cyclic or recursive.
आप ज्यादा सोचते हैं एक्चुअली. इधर हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, तो श्रीमद् भागवत एक पुस्तक का वैलिडिटी नहीं, वेद है. वेद का वैलिडिटी हम लोग एस्टेब्लिश कर रहे हैं. वेदास आर दी शब्द प्रमाण. Who is that Shabda Praman, non-defect Shabda means Vedas. That we are going to discuss. So, part of that Vedas is Bhagavatam. That's all. So now our main goal is what? The source, the validity of the source of knowledge or means of the knowledge is the goal. Now you are going for Tarka Sangraha. So now Tarka Sangraha is what it is. Is it Shabda pramana, word pramana. So is not the point here actually. We are not so establishing. We are interested in the pramanas. Now, Tarka Sangra is a book written by someone. It may have defects, may not have defects. It's like someone's Kapola Kalpitam. It's from Kapola. But that is not our main goal. Okay. So we have to check the validity of source of knowledge. So now this validity, so whom we are approaching? We are approaching Jiva Goswami. Okay. Jiva Goswami is establishing validity, is discussing the procedure. So here, known fact. What is the known fact? Vedas are apaurushaya. So Vedas are ultimate source of the knowledge. So because you established it didn't become ultimate source of knowledge. It is ultimate source of knowledge. Now you are finding the way to know that. For that, Jiva Goswami is helping you. So he is giving such a nice help. How he is approaching? He is taking consideration of all the means of knowledge in this whole world. He didn't left out anything, any mean. What are the possible ways to get knowledge? Everything he considered, and he is keep on step by step analyzing, and he is showing the path to you which is already there. Not that we are inventing new path. We are not building path. We are just knowing the existing path. Existing path means existing thing we are knowing. What is that existing thing? Vedas are ultimate source of the knowledge. So that's why Jiva Goswami, what he is saying, what he is doing, he is teaching you a method that is known as epistemology. So he is teaching epistemology to you. How to establish Vedas as ultimate. For that, from where he began? He began from all the sources of knowledge he took. And from there he started. Now, if you have any doubt, then you can ask questions in his approach. Then, if you feel any defect in this, then you don't need to believe his approach. So, that's up to you. Okay, Saurabh?
Yes, because I wanted to know, like, is there like a step in this? Because this I'm like getting introduced to this for the first time. So, is there like a established thing in the world where everyone follows same method of coming to the conclusions of like epistemology, something like that, like established process?
Jiva Goswami did ultimate thing, and this is we are going to preach to the whole world. The whole world should come to this way.
Okay.
If anyone establish anything as highest mean of knowledge, we are going to find, we are going to teach them actually. That is not correct.
Okay.
Okay. So Leela.
Prabhu, Jiva Goswami has established Srimad Bhagavatam as the highest pramana in Tattva Sandarbha, right? And like in Paramatma Sandarbha, he is taking the experience of Shushupti and explaining, right, certain characteristics of the Jiva. When he has already explained other 9 as defective possibility of ayathartha jnanam, then why is he using those Sushupti experiences, which are like kind of pratyaksha anubhava, right? To illustrate that points.
Yeah, that he already told in Tattva Sandarbha itself. Even he is taking the various other smritis statements also, and some other Purana statements also, and so many even other Agama Shastra statements also. Why? It's not that he wants to prove the validity of Srimad Bhagavatam based upon these things. No. He is just showing all there also following Bhagavatam.
Okay.
So Shruti is explained in Bhagavatam already. So,
Okay. Okay.
and just he is also in real experience also we have that same thing also he is showing, that's all. But Bhagavad is not dependent on anyone. King is not, he is emperor actually. Emperor is not dependent on anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay, so there he is taking Shushupti is also from Bhagavatam's description only. Ki Bhagavatam has said about
Bhagavata
Shushupti
is
and he is
described.
explaining that. He is not
Yes.
telling that, okay, in our experience also we can see in Shushupti, we can understand like this. That's not
No.
the thing.
Bhagavata is covering everything.
Okay. Yeah, fine. For the question which Saurabh Prabhu asked just earlier, so we can we use this, Phalena Parichayata, they say, na? Can't that be used? Like you also said, if you feel any doubt or like that, then you don't follow it like that. So that Phalena Parichayata principle can be applied to, accept it to further go ahead, delve into it or not like that.
Jiva Goswami says, whoever is not accepting this, then kumati kutarkaha. ऐसा लोगों को कौन हेल्प कर सकते हैं, जाने दीजिए, ऐसा बोल रहे थे। यदि इस प्रोसेस को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे तो कुतर्क है, वो तो कुमति है, तो ऐसा लोग हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर सकते, जाने दीजिए।
Okay, Kutark Kumati means they're stubborn. Ki even in spite of logically
Logically,
reasonable.
deliberately illogical things he is pushing actually.
Okay.
Any sober person can accept, that is a claim actually.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. But the question which he asked, now I was just thinking. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else? Acha. Thank you very much. So we stop here. Yes, Saurabh.
I have just one thing. So, I mean, I understand because Srila Jiva Goswami mentioned that if someone now is doubting this, then he did not even care to defend that in Tattva Sandarbha. And so now, Prabhuji, one like this doubt came to my mind is, so as you mentioned that Tarka Sangraha, say someone have written and they consider, say they may have defects. But then, Prabhuji, then we are establishing Shabda Praman, which is like supreme, but then taking the foundation as which have defects.
Foundation as?
Say some book which have defects.
Who
Or
said?
which may have
Where is the defect actually? In Tarka
I mean, I don't
Sangraha?
know. I don't know, Prabhuji. I mean, I'm asking a question. So is Tarka Sangraha also full of free of defects, Prabhuji? I mean,
तर्क संग्रह पूरा कौन लिए? हम लिए हैं क्या? अभी हम तो जीव गोस्वामी का तत्व संदर्भ पढ़ा रहे हैं.
No, Tarka Sangraha, Prabhuji. Tarka Sangraha.
Tarka Sangraha only I'm saying. We are not teaching Tarka Sangraha here. Only just a few first things we do. That is also only to define Jnanam. But 10 means, how their means are connected, I was just explaining. This is the mechanism is also from the Kapila's teachings, third canto. We are not discussing Tarka Sangraha. Whatever the text I am seeing, like this is Moola Pramana, these are all from Tattva Sandarbha. Tarka Sangraha second day ही खत्म हो गया उसका.
Okay.
Okay. और एक चीज है, ऐसा नहीं कि पूरा बुक गलत ही है. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि ये तो षट दर्शन क्यों पढ़ने के लिए बोले आपको जीव गोस्वामी हमारे श्रील प्रभुपाद। ऐसा नहीं कि बाकी सामने सब लोगों पूरा एकदम गलत ही है। हम ऐसे शंकराचार्य कमेंट्री से भी जीव गोस्वामी कुछ लेके अपना यूज करते हैं। ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है, पूरा पूरा गलत है ऐसा थोड़ी। तब तो 6 फिलासफी से आस्तिक फिलासफी से वो सब। एवरी आचार्य आल्सो कंसल्टिंग।
So, Prabhuji, those six philosophies are correct. Means not. You said they're astic
Philosophies
philosophy.
are correct. No, whatever correct is there we take.
Okay.
So we follow acharyas, learned people.
Because Prabhuji, someone might ask this question to us, then we will be like completely stumped, like what to say. So, yeah.
Like stump means?
I mean, bowled out. So,
स्टम्प आउट, अच्छा। क्यों ऐसा है? हम तर्क संग्रह में जो आचार्य ली वही लेते हैं ना भैया, ऐसा। वो सब लोग आचार्य का, सभी आचार्य मैंने तर्क संग्रह, ऐसा ये मीमांसा न्याय प्रकाश, ये सभी उससे रेफरेंसेस लेते हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि एकदम लेते ही नहीं है। और फिर भी अभी जीव गोस्वामी का उद्देश्य है कि बेसिक नॉलेज सबको रहना के लिए हम पढ़ाएं एक्चुअली। तत्संदर्भ में नहीं है, क्योंकि वो हर एक आचार्य हर एक चीज नहीं लिखते हैं उधर। कुछ बेसिक नॉलेज ही सबके पास रहना ही है। तो ऐसा ही ये पॉलिमिक्स में सो यूनिवर्सली एक्सेप्टेड थिंग्स रहता है, इवन 6 फिलासफीज में भी, उस फिलासफीज में भी, उसमें भी रहता है। तो इसीलिए जितना इन्फॉर्मेशन जरूरी है उतना ही बोले। जैसे अनुमान प्रमाण है वो तर्क संग्रह में है, वो सब लोग एक्सेप्ट करते हैं। उसमें क्या रहता है? पक्षता, पक्ष रहता है, साध्य रहेगा, हेतु, निगमन, ये उदाहरण। तो पर्वतो वह्निमान धूमात यथा महानसः, ये फॉर्मेट कौन दिए हैं? तो तर्क संग्रह में है। तो बेसिकली ये सब आचार्य, सब लोग अनुमिति प्रमाण अनुमान प्रमाण को सब लोगों तर्क संग्रह के अनुसार ही सब, ये न्यास तीर्थ, न्याय तीर्थ, जय तीर्थ, सब। तो मध्वाचार्य, शंकराचार्य, विशिष्ट अद्वैत, रामानुजाचार्य, हमारा आचार्य, सब लोग लेते हैं इसी फॉर्मेट को, जो फाउंडेशन फिलॉसफी है। तो 6 दर्शंस में आप अलग अलग वेदांत पढ़ेंगे तब आपको फेमिलियरिटी आ जाता है। और सो फाउंडेशनली एवरीवन इज एक्सेप्टिंग सम चीज। लेकिन अभी इसके अर्थ ये नहीं कि न्यायिकों की प्रयोजन है आत्यंतिक दुख निवृत्ति बस, कृष्ण प्रेम नहीं है उनका प्रयोजन, तब हम वो नहीं एक्सेप्ट करते हैं। उसमें भी फिलॉसफीज में अभी न्यायिकों को वेदांती डिफीट करते हैं, वेदांतियों को न्यायिका डिफीट करते हैं, और दोनों कॉमनली कुछ लेते हैं। ये जब आप पढ़ाई करेंगे, इंटर स्टडीज करेंगे, तब आपको समझ में आएगा।
thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, just one thing, what Saurabh Prabhu discussion happening, it's like, okay, these pratyaksha anuman are prone to defects, but it's not that every time they are defective, right? Like for daily living, we use pratyaksha and anuman, right? Somewhere
He is
we
not
have
saying
to.
about pratyaksha anumana or every time defect or not. He is telling authenticity of asking, authenticity of tarka sangra.
Authenticity of tarka sangra only. So once one studies, through understanding also one will get to know, right? Some idea will come, right?
Yes.
कि ये सही है या गलत है. That is through, once pratyaksha and anuman, one can understand, right? कि ये
ये
basic
पॉइंट भी
understand.
है। माने इस दुनिया में हर एक चीज ओनली पुस्तक में ही आप जानेंगे। तो पुस्तक में जानने वाली चीज कुछ ही प्रत्यक्ष और अनुमान से भी वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि हर एक चीज को केवल शब्द से ही जानेंगे।
राइट या हमारे डेली एक्सपीरियंस में हम यूज करते हैं। ठीक है, कुछ बार गलत होता है, बट राइट। सो
वो एक
शब्द
बात
इज
है,
लाइक अल्टीमेट। या
वो एक बात है। लेकिन उनका पॉइंट भी उसमें जो तर्क संग्रह इत्यादि एक्सेप्टेड है, आचार्य लोग एक्सेप्ट किए हैं। तो उसमें तर्क संग्रह जो अनुमान और जो शब्द प्रमाण में कुछ शब्द प्रमाण में कुछ हद तक सब लोग एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, तो उतना हम लोग भी ले सकते हैं। जैसे
एंड
मैं तर्क संग्रह के अनुसार जो प्रत्यक्ष है, संयोग समवाय तो संयोग समवाय ऐसा कांटेक्ट है। इंद्रियार्थ सन्निकर्ष, सन्निकर्ष भी 6 प्रकार का होता है। वो न्यायिकों का एक अलग स्टाइल रहता है, वो वेदांतियों को उसमें आपत्ति रहता है, हम लोग इसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते। ये सभी पॉलिमिकल डिस्कशंस फर्दर एडवांस बुक्स में रहता है एक्चुअली, कहाँ तक लेना है कहाँ तक नहीं लेना है।
एक सिंपल चीज मेरे मन में आया, हम जो मॉडर्न साइंस में सुनते हैं हाइजेनबर्ग अनसर्टेनिटी प्रिंसिपल दिस दैट which are like completely out of the head, but you know we accept it, write exams and all, you know, compared to that this is more reasonable and logical, right?
Yes. So that's why only thing is whatever is accepted by our acharyas, that much you should accept. That's all.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
may say that
right.
why I have to accept my acharya. Then you study their books actually. He's explaining the method to you to convince you Srimad Bhagavad is ultimate. And you tell me what is wrong. Then you reject him if you have any
Right,
defect in that.
right, 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 right. And I think in the Vedic system, Gurukula system, these were like the fundamental things that were taught, right? Like how we are taught ABCD and things like that. These were fundamentally taught, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Over this, they used to, I think, further develop, right?
These books actually, Acharya's books, they will not write every fundamental here. So sabda, anumana, pramana mechanism he didn't explain actually. Even Baldev also didn't write small one line he wrote actually. Dhuma gnanam, dhumadi gnanam and pakshadharmata is anumana pramanam. And vahini gnanam is anumiti. Only one line, one word he wrote. But this mechanism, anumana pramana, how I showed, that means vyapti gnanam is made like this, atra atra dhuma tatra vahini. Then you went to hill and then you have seen the smoke. Then you finally conclude that there is a fire. This everything from Tarka Sangra only. Everyone accept this. Every acharya. You say that no, I don't want to study anything from Tarka Sangra. Then you will not understand your book also, your acharya book. Yeah. Saurabh.
So you have one more query. So in the first class, you mentioned like why to do thesis. So and why to do thesis, like so you mentioned that other sampradayas, Jain or Buddhism, they have thousands of theses, but then if you come to our Vaishnava sampradaya, it is very, very less. And then in that example also, you mentioned that they also prove through epistemology for their sampradaya, like for Jain. So Prabhuji, now
way will be there. Epistemology, they have their own way of establishing some sources as highest means.
Right. So now, if we consider this, say Jainism or Buddhism, they have through epistemology, their thinking, they have established it. So then now, how this interfaith thing happens, because they are establishing one thing and some another is establishing, then how will we go about discussing with them or debating with them, because they are saying we have already our epistemology done and we have already proved.
You attack on their epistemology, na? For Buddhist, you will attack on their, they will reject sabda pramana. They say that anumana pramana is only the highest. Buddhist means, that means they don't, nastikas, they don't believe in Vedas. So then we force them actually. Madhvacharya defeated Nayayikas. That's a Sunyavadi, Buddhist. And if you see that conversation, then you can understand. So he establishes anumana pramana is defective. You have to attack on their anumana pramana actually. Because they are establishing anumana pramana as the highest, then you attack on that and establish this anumana pramana is not highest. Then gone actually, they are defeated.
Yes, Prabhuji, now got it. That day you said we have to attack their epistemology. Now I understood why you said that.
Anything else? Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Prem. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.